Moving on to clashes between Islamic State militants and the militia in Libya that controls oil facilities in Al-Sidra. For 2 days, the Sunni extremists have been pushing east from their coastal stronghold of Sirte. Wassim Nasr, France 24's expert on jihadi movements, joins me now. Wassim, what's the latest on these clashes?
Actually, you know that, as you said, since 2 days they are trying to push towards the east. They already pushed from the town of Sirte and from Nawfaliya towards Bani Jawad, which they control since yesterday. They attacked the town from three directions, and they took over the town, and they profited from the surprise effect, if I may say so, and continued to all the oil facilities in Al-Sidra. And now we're seeing the footage of what was happening yesterday, and we see the oil tanks behind, in front of the jeep, and then we see that they will take over the facility. But regarding to other sources, the militias that is fighting them, they said they succeeded in repelling them from the town of Al-Sidra, which I don't think interests them. What they are interested in is the oil, especially even if those facilities are on stop since many months, but it's still a very valuable asset for them. And maybe the town of Ras Lanouf, which is further east, because this way they will be entering what is known to be the oil crescent in Libya. And we know that a few days ago, a small group from Ajdabia, which is also a town in the oil crescent, vowed allegiance to the Islamic State. So they are getting stronger and stronger, benefiting from this failed state situation ongoing since many months.
Now, of course, there are links between the militants we're seeing in Libya, the Islamic State militants, and those in Iraq. Could you tell us just a little bit more about that?
Of course, there are links. There are very, very strong links because actually this offensive, they named it on behalf of a very prominent and known military emir of the Islamic State, which we see him here. It's Abu Nabil al-Anbari. He was sent to Libya. This footage is before they took over Mosul, the Battle of Samarra in Iraq in 2014, summer of 2014. But Baghdadi, so the emir or the caliph of the Islamic State, sent him to Libya a few months ago to organize everything there. So and his military name in Libya was another name. He was known by Al-Qahtani. And here is an even oldest footage of him in Salah ad-Din, where he had military responsibilities. Salah ad-Din also in Iraq. So this military leader was killed by the Americans, or declared dead by the Americans, killed by a drone attack on the 13th of November. Knowing that in September he gave an interview to the Islamic State magazine saying very clearly that they are going to fight everybody to install the caliphate in Libya. So regardless if it's an Islamic group, if it's Al-Qaeda, even Al-Qaeda, or a secular group, or a militia, or an army. So he declared it. He got killed by the Americans on the 13th of November. And today, when the Islamic State names a military operation as or following the name of an emir, it's a kind of confirmation that he was dead. It's kind of confirming his death. So we know that the links are very strong. We know that the Islamic State has views on Libya since 2013, because they sent one of their most prominent religious leaders to Sirte at the time. We know that many fighters, Libyan fighters, who were in the ranks of the Islamic State in Iraq and the Levant before it became the Islamic State, as in its most recent version, if I may say so, joined the fight in Syria since 2012. So, and there's also an historical level about all this. We know that Libyans are very involved in jihad since decades. We have very prominent Libyan leaders in the ranks of Al-Qaeda, in the ranks of the Islamic State. Many religious figures in the jihad are Libyan also. The Americans are looking for many Libyan fighters and religious personalities all over the planet. So it is normal, in a way, to see that the Islamic State wants to take over a territory rich in oil and with a history with jihad as Libya.
Okay, thank you very much indeed for that, Wassim.